I ranked all of the 8 Stardew Valley farms. One of the first of many hard choices you'll face in your Stardew playthrough is the type of farm you'll have. So in this video, I'm going to be ranking every Stardew Valley farm from S to D tier. S being the best and D being the worst. I'm also going to mention the pros and cons of every farm. Before we begin however, please do note that this is my opinion and you're welcome to agree or disagree. Actually, let me know in the comment section if you agree with my list or not. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. So without further ado, let's begin the video. Firstly, can I just say that no farm belongs in the F tier, except for maybe the beach farm. I'm just kidding. Whatever farm you choose, you'll have a great time either way. But with everything in life, there's always the good and the bad, and hence the best and the worst. So making its way to D tier is the beach farm. Now before people come for my head, the reason why it's in here is purely based on its tillable tiles. It has between 202 and 270 tillable tiles, if you don't count sand, which we won't, because I assume no one likes to water their crops by hand. That's right, sprinklers don't work on sand, and most of this farm is sand. The beach farm has so little tillable tiles to work with, like it is absurdly low for farming, which if you couldn't tell, is a big part of Stardew Valley. I will say however that this farm is one of the best looking farms and also has one of the best vibes. Like, who doesn't like going to the beach? Not to mention, if you love fishing and hate planting crops, then this is the farm for you. Supply crates may also wash up on the shore, so that's also a plus. Honestly, if this farm had more tillable space for farming, it would be up there for me in my rankings, but it sits securely here at the bottom. For me, okay? I don't need any of you sending me death threats. And sitting next to the beach farm is the wilderness farm. Look, this map is literally only for people who like the combat in Stardew Valley, as this farm spawns monsters at night, which sounds like a really awesome feature, but I actually like doing most of my farming stuff at night. It just makes more sense to me because during the day the townsfolk are running around and shops are open, so I have to be there if I need something done. During the night however, I don't have anything else to attend to other than my farm. So when I'm smelting ores or cutting down trees in the middle of the night, I don't need monsters spawning right next to me. That's the only reason why it's so far down the list. In terms of tillable tiles, it's up there with 2,131, the third highest. It also has a small pond, a small lake area, and a place to look down at, so design wise it's actually very good. But man do I hate these monsters. If you like fighting them and just combat in general, then this is the farm for you. Not to mention, if your combat level is high enough, there's a chance to spawn an iridium golem that has a chance to drop iridium ore, so that's pretty cool. Now at C tier we have the Riverland farm. I personally don't really like the design of this farm. I kinda see what Concerned Ape was going for, but not really. Like, is it just me, but this farm does not remind me of a river at all. It feels more like an island farms with the many islands, I guess. It sits in the lower end of tillable tiles with 1,578, but it is still respectable. Of course, fishing is the main reason why you would pick this farm. In fact, now thinking about it, this farm is somewhat like the beach farm, just with more tillable tiles. I mean, you start off with a fish smoker, so if that doesn't convince you that this is made for people who like fishing, then I don't know what will. But again, I rated the Riverland farm low due to its aesthetics mainly. Speaking of aesthetics, next in the C tier is a forest farm, which in my opinion gets carried with how it looks. I mean, a farm in the middle of the forest, it feels so magical just being surrounded by the wilderness, which for some reason has 4 different watering spots. Was that really necessary? Like, it takes up so much of the space, so it practically has no space for farming or buildings. However, bushes can spawn in the map, allowing for berries to grow. There are large sumps for hardwood supplies, seasonal forageable spawns. There's a lot to like about it, but it is the second lowest in terms of tillable tiles, so that's mainly why it's here. If it had more, I would put it higher, but if you like foraging and living in the forest, then this farm is for you. Sitting alone at B tier is the Hilltop Farm. I actually really like this farm's design a lot. The way it changes depths with the hills is a really cool idea. The quarry? This thing is a huge bonus until you hit the mid to end game and realize that the mines, skull caverns, and the quarry itself is a much better place to go. Like, having extra ore is never a bad thing, but damn does the quarry eat up a lot of space. In terms of tillable tiles, it sits pretty much in the middle with 1,648, which is decent enough. But I just love the river that flows through the middle of everything, which you can catch fish in, by the way. And in my opinion, this feels more like a Riverland farm than the actual Riverland farm itself. So this is a pretty biased placement, but hey, is it my list or yours? Now we get to the big boys, the A tier. And first up is the new Meadowlands farm that came with the 1.6 update. This farm is like a breath of fresh air in my opinion, as it's the first one that starts you off with a coop and gives you hay instead of parsnip seeds, which is very nice. It also sits at the 4th most tillable tiles with 2050, which is very respectable. It's honestly not far off from being the 3rd most. I mentioned I love the river and the hilltop farm, so this is just another bonus for me. And it has 2 waterfalls, so you already know I'm over the moon with that. What can I say? I just love nature. It also has 3 water spots that aren't too big, so you still have lots of space for your buildings, crops, and other stuff you decide to build. I think this would be my preferred solo farm, as it just looks the most aesthetically pleasing to me, and it doesn't add too many things, but also doesn't take away a lot of what the 2 best farms have. Speaking of which, the next farm on the list is the Four Corners farm, aka the multiplayer farm, having the 2nd most tillable tiles at 2952. This farm is split into 4 sections, bottom left and right and upper left and right, with the bottom sections having a quarry and a small lake/pond area. This farm is pretty much the best farm for multiplayer, especially if you're playing with 4 players or even 2 players. Just split the land in half. But even playing solo, you can have fun in this farm, as you can have each of the quadrants have different sections, like one is for farm animals, the other for crops, one for machinery, and the last for sheds, ponds, etc. You can't really go wrong with this farm, especially in multiplayer. And last but definitely not least is a standard farm with an astonishing 3,427 tillable tiles. You are basically in creative mode with this farm. Like, you can build and design the whole farm to your heart's content. It's the best and most reliable farm by far. I mean, there's a reason why it's called the standard farm, and it's the farm chosen by default, because there is no way you can mess it up or go wrong in any way. And if you do, then damn, that's actually slightly impressive. But if I was being truthfully honest, it is a bit of a snooze fest. Like, there isn't anything special about it, but that's what makes it so good as well. It's a blank canvas. It relies on the farmer to be a designer, the stylist to make the farm look amazing and add character to it, in comparison to the rest where they already have their own specific flair or niche. So to finalize my thoughts, I think that for newcomers to Stardew Valley, choose a standard farm or the Meadowlands farm. If you're playing with multiple people, go with the Four Corners farm. If you like fishing, go with the beach or Riverland farm. If you like mining, go to the Hilltop farm. If you like foraging, pick the Forest farm. And lastly, if you like fighting monsters, then pick the Wilderness farm, you absolute crazy person. But anyways, that's my ranking of all the Stardew Valley farms. If you have any thoughts about my rankings, which I assume most of you do, let me know in the comment section. Which farm do you like the most? Which farm do you like the least? Do you agree with me? Do you want to kill me because I put your favorite farm in D tier? Let me know. Anyways guys, that is it for this video. Thanks for sticking to the end, and I'll see you guys in the next quest.